You just said it's a defection point. It's actually the number one defection point from a dealership.
In terms of service retention, just kind of talking about service retention in general, Eddie, as we sit here in early 2026, give us your perspective on what the kind of landscape for service and service retention looks like going forward into 2026 and even beyond, based upon the current realities of the market.
I think when we talked about a month ago, I said, I believe that the number one talked about word in 2026 is going to be retention. I think it's kind of always been floating out there, but even the GMs and dealer principals that don't understand service are starting to ask, okay, what's retention? They're not going to want to come back there. And I think there's a lot of it. So dealers, I know customers that drive past 3 or 4 stores to get to mine because they've had bad treatment at those stores.
I wonder if you can talk a little bit about what you've seen and how the importance of tires has really become even more important going forward, because we know it's a big defection point.
Yeah, and you just said it's a defection point. It's actually the number one defection point from a dealership. It kind of goes back to GMs not understanding service. They don't care about tires. But if you stocked tires right, only 33% of customers know that dealerships sell tires.
Yeah.
So if you decorated your showroom with tires, you know me, I always tell them, I want my managers, I want it to smell like rubber when you walk in. And I've seen it. And so it's not a defection, it's the number one defection rate. So the reason that is because they don't know that you sell tires as a dealership. So they end up going to an aftermarket brand like NTB that they know sells tires because it's on every other street and there's signs. While you're here, you need a 30,000 mile service. And they go, oh, well, I get that done at the dealership. I go, oh, well, we can do that too. There's no really reason to go back to the dealership. And then they never go back. So in another year, they're ready to buy a new car. There's nothing to attach them to the dealership that they just bought the car from 3.5 years ago. If a GM or a dealer principal could see that retention road 4 years out, the first place to start is in the service department with tires.
So it's a constant source of re-education. And as I'm fond of saying, you cannot over communicate about tires to your customers. You can't do it.